Just using this cute little blend brush for a light, airy look. And then, of course, our 3D foundation, our main highlight, brightening highlight, contour. Because we don't like painting our face one color because it's like a wall. It flattens your face. When we have so much dimension, we might as well, you know, emphasize it. And angles are pretty. Structure is beautiful. So I'm going to start just using this cute little blend. It's $40 in the brush section. And it can do the job. And if you like a barely there airy look, I love this brush. I like it for my purse too and travel. So I'm just swirling into my contour color and I'm just gonna brush it on. Sorry, with the blend, you kind of are blending as you go. You see my contour line there kind of coming alive. It's super nice because if you're scared that you're using too much, this kind of helps you err on the side of less than more. So this is just the beautiful blend brush. She's quickly become one of my favorite brushes just because I like blending it out as I go. So first thing is we're getting that contour line on our cheekbone, top of ear to outer corner of eye. You kind of want to aim towards your nose if you'd like to have a more full face, and aim towards your lip if you'd like to have a more narrow face. That's kind of just what I like to go by. Now for contouring my forehead, my temples are hollowing a little. You can see it right there. So if I put more contour there, it's going to look more concave. So I'm just going to bounce into my blend and kind of go right above my temple to the other side. Just right along the hairline, just kind of improving that shadow. Contour is really pretty on the face. And with contour, you get coverage too. I like that. A lot of people are afraid to add it right away, but don't be scared. Most of the people that just get the highlight colors, because our highlights are our foundation, come back and they're like, hey, I need that contour. What color did you recommend? So I'm putting contour just kind of right above the temple along the hairline. You see it, but it's not that bold line that a buff brush makes or a detail brush makes. We're kind of blending as we go. So now going on the nose, and I just kind of shade where I want the shadow. You kind of follow your eyebrow line down your nose. So just shading a little shadow on the nose to maybe make it appear just a little bit thinner. And remember, most of you know, but with cream, you don't need much at all. So, and then I kind of put a little on the end to cut it off so it doesn't look long. But what do you think about the blend? She's a nice one to have, especially with spring and summer coming, because very easy to travel with, small enough, and that light coverage look. Another thing with summer and spring coming, there's something else I wanted to tell you. So silicone doesn't work too well with Saint. So if your moisturizer has silicone, I would try to find one that silicone's listed maybe last, because that means the percentage of silicone is the least. But sunscreens are super important, and ones that work well with Saint are Supergoop. You can get that anywhere. Or Elta MD. They are low on silicone. So now I'm just kind of dragging this right along the jawline to chisel that jawline out. What's wrong with silicone and Saint? It makes your makeup super slippery and your makeup kind of slides off. So you're not going to see the benefit of it lasting all day. So if that's a problem you have, you might want to just check your moisturizer and see if that's an issue. So look at contour. We contoured and it's just nice and soft. So now I'm going to go in the brightening highlight with that same blend brush. You know, I can't say it enough. Our brushes are made for this cream, so they don't muddy it, and it just kind of comes off on your face like it should and doesn't stay on your brush. Now everything is not perfect, and that is okay because we're going to blend it a little bit more in the end. But we brightened in between the brows, down the nose, the tip of the nose a little. And then I'm just going to do some light stippling kind of around the upper lip and nose, because I'm pretty blue there, especially with it being a little chilly out. So brightening highlight in between the brows, down the nose, tip of the nose, Cupid's bow, and chin. And then I go right on that inner corner of the eye. And look I'm still using this big ended brush, and I like it because it's less dense, it's more sparse. So it picks up like the perfect amount of product and puts it right on your face. You see I lifted the eye there with that blend brush, just using the lightest amount of product. You can always go back in and add more if you feel like you need more, but I always like to start with this very, very small amount because you'll be amazed at what kind of coverage you can get. So doing the same thing over on this eye. We do have that collections area too. So if color matching is just kind of a pain in your butt, you can make an account under the link, go to collections, select what collection works for you. There's 3 to choose from. And then there's a tab that says select my shade. And you select the shade that looks most like you. And you can get it that way too. So again, just using the blend, just lightly applying our highlight and contour. So I brightened in between the nose, down the nose, in between the brows, down the nose, tip, Cupid's bow, chin, inner corner of eye, outer corner of eye, inner, outer. And I'm getting the same effects as those bigger brushes, but it's just kind of more light and airbrushed. So now I'm going into the main highlight, just bouncing in, and you'll see just that little tub, little tongue in there, the little bounce gets you enough product for a lot of your face. So this is the main highlight I'm just placing on the lower half of my skin, or my face, sorry. And I'm gonna do the same thing over here. I always like to put a nice line under that contour to kind of clean it up if I went out of the lines, which that's okay. And now we're pretty much done. Look at that. Now I'm just gonna kind of lightly blend this all out. It's kind of blended because that's what we did with the blend. That's why this brush is so nice. You kind of blend as you put it on. But I'm gonna do a little bit more just for the heck of it and to make sure I don't have any spots that have more cream than other spots. So I'm doing little circles. You can press it into your skin, whatever works for you. Look at that. Kind of that light airbrush look. So if you're looking to grab a new brush, the blend brush is a really, really nice one to have. Like I said, especially for travel and with summer coming up. So just kind of blending out those lines so they're not so crazy harsh. But with the blend, when we apply it, we're blending, so it just makes it so much easier. Let me know if you have the blend brush yet and what you think. So here is the blend. Now we're gonna add a little bit of lip cheek. Let's see. I've been stuck on Pinky Promise lately. This one's one of my favorites, even though it looks scary in the tin. It's a sheer gloss, so it's definitely not that intense. But I'm gonna try something else. Let's do this one. It's either La Cienega. Yeah, La Cienega. She's a nice, subtle tone, and I'm gonna use her on my lips and my cheeks. I would describe her as a soft rose color with a little bit of like a gold shimmer to her. She's super pretty. Now I'm just gonna dab a little on the cheekies. And I'm just gonna go for a lightly flushed, barely there cheek. La Cienega. And I'm probably saying that wrong, but it's a good shade to have in your palette. So that's what I got. This is the blend brush. I did my 3D and I did La Cienega for my lips and cheeks, just using this brush, this tiny little brush. It's one of my faves. Don't miss out on her.